And where are you? There you are. Okay. All right.
You might want to close that door.
Yeah.
Just on the off chance we could.
Are there any classes that are held here or no? Just this is just a conference room for
This is
you
a
guys?
conference room, yeah.
Just a conference room? Okay. First question. This is an interview about dual monitors and whether they're beneficial to the campus or whatnot. How has dual monitors been beneficial to you in your job, being in your office and whatnot?
Well, it allows me to open up more applications. You have more desktop, obviously, so I like being able to go from one application to another, so it facilitates multitasking. You can do more things at one time.
What different programs do you use usually on a regular basis? with the
Well,
dual
your
screens?
usual from Internet Explorer to Microsoft Word to Java, NetBeans to Visual Studio, .NET. Those are the common ones. So
Probably have
there's
like a database up on one side and have whatever.
Yeah, I use Excel more than any database program
Okay.
typically. But,
All right.
so, and then I have used dual monitors over at Vista, so I've
Okay.
grown comfortable using that over there as well.
Is that their kind of their standard is to have dual
They're going
monitors?
mostly that way. It looks that way. Yep.
Okay. Any idea on why that would be? Just because it's
I think it facilitates the
Productivity.
of the work.
Okay.
We've also instituted it, if you've seen it in the lab down here for
Yeah.
upper division labs, is there as well.
Right. Speaking of, with the projects lab having the dual monitors, do you think that that lab has been used more or less because of it? And if so,
I don't think it's been used any less. I'm just conjecturing. I think it's been used as much, if not more, but it's just a conjecture. I don't put too many students in there myself, so I do 263 is use the lab down to 009.
Okay.
And probably better to talk to Clifton or Hasker to see about their usage and their satisfiability. Are they satisfied with the dual monitors? I think they would be, but
right.
it's my conjecture.
So you wouldn't know whether or not it's been used effectively or getting used.
It's just a conjecture that I think it is, but
Right.
that's
Right. Okay. All right. Do you believe that it would be a good idea to get more dual monitor labs on campus, not just in Ulrich, but in any of the other buildings?
I think so. I think even in 143 or 243 or 263, those first beginning classes, it would be helpful. And most of the time when I'm helping those people, they have multiple windows open, and a lot of times I like to say, well, let's maximize this so we can see more. And so if we've got two monitors, then we can maximize on one and maximize, or maybe not maximize with another monitor, but you got more room.
Right. Do you think it would be also beneficial not just to the computer science students, but to other majors as well?
I'm sure they take advantage of it as well. Yes, business students are commonly in here as well. So.
Okay. Where do you think a good place for those labs would be? Just in Ulrich here, or?
Well, in the end, it's going to be the peruse of individual departments, the peruse of OIT, to decide what they're going to do. Like one of the labs in this, at least one of the labs in this building is for business. So again, it'd be up to them. They're going to some new software, so it might be beneficial for them to consider this. So it's kind of the one decision of individual departments,
right,
in coordination with the Office of Information Technology, who they go out and kind of buy the computers and the monitors.
Okay. Well, I guess I know, for instance, when I was at my internship, when they would buy new computers, HP or Compaq or Dell would actually throw in monitors with the new computers. How often do we get new computers here, and if so, like, do they come with monitors usually?
I'm pretty sure they do. I'm just conjecturing again. Depending upon the department, this again goes back to the department and the college you're in. So when we were in the business college, we were lucky to get computers every 3-4 years, as opposed to now that we're in the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Sciences, it's 1 or 2 years. So again, depending on what college you're in, depends on
what
kind of And then now with the downturn in the economy, downturn of kind of everything.
Everything's cutting
then
back.
everything's going to be cutting back, and so, but I did hear somewhere that even this year, OIT's ordering a bunch of computers, and I'm not sure where they're designated to go, but again,
Okay.
it's usually each college kind of has a different policy of, well, we want to recycle and rechange computers every 3, 4, 5 years, but again, EMS is like 2 years, and BILSA was 3, 4 years. I'm not sure what the LA&E was, but I was sure, assume it's something like the business college.
Right.
Does that include the monitors as well? The recycling of monitors?
I would assume they would, a typical thing is, in some colleges, I think they have a hand-me-down program, so that, okay,
Okay.
maybe we're only gonna do 2 departments in this college this year, and so another department might get me a hand-me-down. We used to do that in BILSA, that computer science might get it a little more often, and then business or communications might get some of our computers because they didn't need such high-powered computers.
Yeah.
And whatever what we were using at that time, they could use our old computers. Monitors, I really just haven't kept track of.
Yeah.
Is where, as far as where they go.
Now, I know in this building, Val, our tech person, has a room full of backup computers, and I assume there's monitors in there as well. And I assume that's true in all colleges, that there's a tech person keeping track of that stuff, and reusing whatever they can reuse. So,
Okay, so, do you think they're holding on to those monitors as just kind of a backup to as if some of the ones that they have are currently go out?
I think
or-
so, right.
Okay. I know we kind of answered this already, but how much more productive is having the dual monitors, percentage-wise, in your opinion?
It's hard, I don't know.
It depends on the person.
I think it depends on the person.
And the type of
I mean,
work.
it could be 25%, or it could be, it's it's more, it could be distractive to some people. Some people, I think Dr. Clifton just recently went to dual monitors, I think, and he's fine. As a productive person, I would say he's one of the most productive persons in the department. So,
Right.
And yet he was just using one monitor for his 25 years here.
Wow. Okay, so I guess if we were to take away one of your monitors, how would that affect you? Would that,
If you were forced to.
if you were
use
forced
one
to
monitor.
knock it down to one, would it,
I wouldn't be too pleased. I think it would cut down what I can do and stuff like that, what I'm used to doing.
right,
You just have to relearn what you're doing, so sometimes you have to fit into what you get presented with, but I wouldn't be too happy. I might have to pull out my laptop, and then I'd have 2 computers and 2 monitors.
right.
Okay, yeah.
All right, and then do you think that dual monitors should be restricted to the computer science department, or?
No, I mean,
probably-
I think it's up to each individual department,
Yeah.
students in the department, the colleges overseeing that in conjunction with OIT. And so I
Okay.
think it's relative to the department and what they think their needs are.
All right, that's all we got, unless you have any other thoughts on the subject matter that you want to present?
No, I really haven't thought. In my case, I think I've just gotten used to it and take it. Sometimes you actually take things for granted, so I think that's what I've done. I've taken 2 monitors for granted, and because I use it here at school, I use it at Avista. I don't use it at home. At home, I've got 1 monitor, so I haven't gone there to
Are you
use a
on your-
monitor. And I try not to be on it as much at home. Just to maybe check email once in a while, and or play games or something. And now my kids are starting to use
The computer a
computers, so
little bit more.
they're more likely on the computer than I am. So if I want to get on, I'll usually pull out my laptop and get on and
Yeah.
check stuff out. So,
Okay, all right, great, well, thank you for the
You're
time.
welcome.
Thank you very much.
And, yeah, it wasn't too bad, about 10-15 minutes or so.
Hopefully you have enough storage.
Yeah, I got a 16 gigabyte card in there.
There you go.
So, or something like that, and that YouTube quality even more.